Hello, everyone. Hi, I started the recording this time. Welcome to the once a month. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for being patient with us while we sort through medical issues. We even have someone disappeared today for medical issues, but I definitely value the health and happiness of my players more. It's more important to me, you know. But yeah, it's been a minute. Just to let everyone know, because this is the one time a year I get to do this. This is the single time a year I get to do this. It is my birthday. It is my birthday on Tuesday. My birthday is July 5th. So I'm gonna be 28. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. God. I think Jack is the youngest.
I was gonna say, settle down, youngster.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, how old is
everyone?
How old is everyone here? Because some of you have teenagers. How old is everyone here?
Stop's over there. Go ahead.
Oh, God. 37. I'm gonna be 40 in September.
Oh my God, am I the oldest?
How old are you?
I just turned 41 in April.
Oh my God.
All right, so not by much.
I'm not the oldest. I thought I was the oldest. I just turned 40 in April.
So,
okay, okay. Wait, Justin, how old are you?
37.
37?
Yeah.
In a row? Sorry, I always do that.
It depends. Leap year count.
So we're all 40, and then it's like 2020.
And then like 28, and then Jack
19.
is, oh shit, I think Jack's 25? 25 or 26. He's not too much younger than I am.
What's important is we're 20 in art.
We are. What's important is that we are all really immature whenever it comes to our jokes. Together.
Oh, and that's where we connect.
Equally. Yeah, we come together for the dick jokes. But
You said dick.
But because it is my birthday, and this is my birthday, I'm calling it right now. I just want to inform everyone, and also inform my players. You remember how that thing happens at my game, where every birthday, whenever it's your birthday, you get a birthday crit, where it's like you get one natural 20 that you get to decide before you roll. You have to decide, I'm gonna just go ahead and crit on this, and you use your birthday crit. I believe Badru still has his. I think
We still have mine, yeah.
Jack still has his. I have one now.
Can I use mine to cancel yours?
That's bad. I didn't know she was gonna give herself one.
She's like,
Of course she's gonna give herself one.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
Yes, I have given myself a birthday crit. So, just if you have any suggestions of any times or whatever that I should use my birthday crit, you can leave them in the comments, leave them in the chat. I will read them and thoroughly devour your ideas, 100%. But I have a birthday crit now.
I had no idea it was Merry Christmas, everyone.
I'm slightly scared.
You should.
I mean, I'm always scared, but I'm slightly more scared than I normally am.
The single and only time I have ever killed a PC was with my last birthday crit.
Why would you tell us that now?
Well,
You know, Brick just wants you to know he thinks that's spectacular.
Spectacular.
oh no.
Was that supposed to be a joke on like Takis?
Or tacos, either one.
Oh,
They both
taco.
fit.
We're all gonna die.
Taco.
Kill us all.
Anyways, I believe it's been a month since we've played, so why don't we go around the table? Do you guys just want to like share quick snippets of what you've been doing in your time and what you have going on and stuff? Great, I'll go first.
Yes, you can go first. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Same for you.
Birthday girl.
So, I recently had just for everyone's information, I recently had a TikTok go slightly viral where I was explaining, it was a very interesting kind of development. Somebody made a comment that they would buy a book written by me, and somebody had made that exact same comment. My stream had tried to convince me of this back in February, and I was like, absolutely not. No one would buy that book. Because I was actually illiterate in the 2nd grade. I have the worst rating of dyslexia that you can actually have, and dysgraphia, and dyscalculia, and ADHD. And I was told a lot as a kid that I would never be able to write, and I would never be able to be an author. And so I literally was sobbing before I made this TikTok. And you can, like, clearly tell that I was sobbing. And I was sobbing through the TikTok. And I just asked people, like, hey, you know, this would be a dream of mine. Would anyone buy it? And you guys said yes. Like 1,400 comments said yes. It was fucking wild. So, in the chat and also in the link below, what is it called? I forgot what I made the command. But in the doobly-doo below, there will be a way to sign up for my mailing list, because not only will you be supporting me, but you will be supporting Justin, because Justin, Crit Academy is the one that is going to publish it. So that's really, really exciting. And yeah. This is a dream come true, and I never thought that I would be able to do it, so I'm telling you now.
Aelx, as I know I'm not your dad, but I'm going to exude dad energy at you right now. I'm very proud of you.
What's crazy and what I didn't get to tell Justin and his wife, but my dad's gonna like help out and stuff, and the reason why this is such a big deal is because my dad is dyslexic, actually. And my grandfather was illiterate, and all of his brothers and his sister are dyslexic, and most of the grandchildren are dyslexic. I'm one of the worst. Me and I forgot who's the other one, but two of us have the worst rating. And yeah, so it kind of doesn't feel like I'm just doing this for me. It feels like I'm doing this for the entirety of my clan that I can't tell you the name of because it's my last name, but it feels like I'm doing this for my clan, and it feels good.
I just want to say for somebody, for our patrons, Aelx has been writing some stuff for us, and I can promise that it is superb. I'm very impressed. And to read how amazing she writes, you would never know that she has to overcome so many challenges. I've rarely seen better and more creative people, so. Nice. I am super excited to be in a partnership with her, and that's why I love being part of this.
Yay!
Hell, I just signed up.
Thank you!
I'm buying it.
Much.
That's not even a question.
So yeah, that's really exciting news. Dominic, how was your play?
All right, so I was gone for a couple of weeks. I was the reason for the last two. I'm sorry. So I was in a production of Macbeth. And I also did all the fight choreo with my best friend for that Macbeth, and it went really, really, really well. I'll actually have a link that I can share to some people if they want to actually see the production of Macbeth.
Yeah, send it to me, and I'll put it in chat.
And so it's pretty fantastic, and I did So I did that, and it went really, really well. It made my heart very full to actually get to do some art and to kind of get back into some stage combat stuff and be on stage. It was really good. And then 2 weeks ago, I had I got asked to help out with a benefit for Ukraine. And then they moved the date on me and all that, so that's why I couldn't be here. But we were partnering with an organization called the Ukraine Trust Chain, and we raised about $5,600 for Ukraine that night. And so I was helping out. I was volunteering at the event. I was also walking around doing card magic and stuff like that. And I auctioned off a run of the Arcane Help Desk Mage Team module that I've been running at conventions, and that sold for $100.
That's
so,
cool.
Like, yeah, someone is paying $100 to charity for me to run them through a D&D adventure. So that was that that felt really good. I was happy to be able to help out, and I'll let everybody know how that goes. But yeah. So that's been my last month.
Badru, Badru, Sphinx. Have you made any fun music? Any of your what is it? Afro jazz? No, what is it?
Soulternative.
Soulternative. God, it's so good.
Damn.
I'm actually in the process of producing the EP, it's called Flowers at the End of the Tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I might shorten that to just Flowers. I have no idea yet. So that's a thing that I'm working on. For written some new music for that, and it's coming along. It's coming along. I'm really impressed. I am excited to report. I don't know if I told you guys the last time we met or not, that I will be going to Gen Con. So I will be, Badru Kamar, in full costume and regalia, will be at Gen Con. So that's going to be fun. We'll be there with the Dinner Game team, as well as the ADH Adventures team. We're actually playing, ADH Adventures is playing, the game I'm in at least, is playing on that Saturday evening. It's Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, where I will be playing my Eladrin paladin, Xanathras Alirised, who has a dark history, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of reveals happening that show, including maybe some things about Aliris's past, or Zan's past, that he's been trying to keep secret for a while.
Do you know what stage you're going to be on?
We are on, it's not the main stage, but it's the second largest stage.
Okay. Would you mind DMing me, just because I'm going to forget, would you mind DMing me all those details so that I can make sure whenever to put it on the Twitter?
Absolutely.
And then, I don't think we've talked about this on stream. I don't think the news has happened on stream, but, Happy, how's the pregnancy going? You're muted.
Stupid technology. Going very well. We have passed the worry point for us, so we have so far a healthy, happy baby boy. Woo! And we will find out for sure 100% if it's a boy or not next week.
That would be nice to have one boy, one girl.
Yeah, the first one was supposed to be a boy, but my wife messed that up, so we had to try for another one.
That's fine.
We had a deal that if it was a boy, I got to pick the name, and I think that's why she made it a girl. That's how it works, right? Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, because we get to choose.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So, is anything else like exciting going on in your life? Like, did you guys just buy a house?
No, we just sold our house. Nobody, I don't know who's seen my TikToks as of late. A very close friend of mine went through a very big loss, and we are looking to probably move back to North Carolina to go support him while he's dealing with being a single father of a couple kids now, and he's going through a lot of stuff. So we're most likely going to look to move back there, at least temporarily, but probably for a good chunk of time to help him out while he's trying to get out of the army and deal with all this other stuff. So that's what's going on with us. Life is chaos, as always.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm happy that you guys are like there for him and stuff. That's really, really cool of you guys. Seriously, that's not something that you find every day. So,
trying to. Yeah, it's been pretty rough for him. Like I said, he's now a single dad, pretty much of 2 kids, and he's struggling. So it's nice. I'm glad that we're in a place that I can do that. That's what, makes me happy.
Not to like get like too into it, but is there going to be like a custody battle at all?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's terrible. When there's a custody battle, that's hard.
Yeah, no, that's not. I don't think that's an issue for them at all. It was a different kind of loss, unfortunately.
Okay,
anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, go watch my TikTok. It'll brighten your day.
And then I'm sure everybody has noticed, but Jack is not with us today. Literally this morning, he woke up and he feels like trash. And he took a COVID test, but the COVID test came back negative. However, the new strand that's going around the Britain and stuff, the new strand that's going around them, takes until day 2 or 3 to show up. And what's very interesting is someone that's in the chat, who I love very much, but I'm not going to say who, also just took a test and was negative, and then took a second test and was positive. So... I guess that's the new trend with COVID, is taking it. So that's kind of crazy, but that is the reason why he's not with us. If it wasn't for the fact that if if it wasn't for the fact that it was literally noon our time whenever I saw the message, or whenever the message came through to me at least, that he was not going to be able to, that he was like struggling. And Jack, I've known Jack for a long time. Jack doesn't get sick, but when he does get sick, he gets sick. He's one of those people who is like out, but he gets sick like once a year. So it was like noon our time whenever the message finally came through, and it was one of those things where I was like, okay, either I play without him or I cancel, and I don't want to cancel anymore because we've canceled so many, and it's like, it's my birthday. So I was like, hey, are you totally fine with me playing? And I just want to let everyone know that I did get Jack's permission and Jack's blessing to play without him today. So I just want everyone to know that he is totally okay with this, and we've already agreed upon this. Even though normally we skip whenever one person's missing, this is an exception because it was like day of. Pepper. I love Pepper so much.
I feel like we're also at a place where like we just did a thing and got washed up after a giant, like riding a broken dam all the way back down into town. Maybe maybe Brooke is a little screwed up and is gonna have to be in the infirmary for a day or something. Like we're in a good spot.
He's waterlogged.
He's waterlogged. He got hit in the head and he's passed out now. Roar will take care of him. Speaking of, do you guys? It is just at 5. Do you guys want to go ahead and get jumped into the dilly doos? The doos.
Let's do the dilly doos.
I forgot what music I was using for the thing. I think it was this one. This was the town. So, if you guys remember, you traveled on your way to Lillington, in order to search for a crystal of pure good, which was required of the dragon in order to make sure that when the dragon comes out, she is not cursed into becoming a chromatic dragon. She can be her metallic self. Once you traveled to Lillington, you ran into a fellow named Buntus, who you found out was the bunt of everyone's joke. Thank you, I'll be here all stream. But you found out that he was the butt of everyone's joke, and the reason why is because he's half hill giant. But actually, this has actually raised him to be an incredibly kind and caring soul. And as such, you convinced him to venture away from the frost giants and to Lillington with you. Arriving at Lillington, you were stopped, but quickly addressed by the guards of Jasir, the magistrate of Corinne, one of the 3 magistrates of Corinne. He handles all of the internal affairs. As such, you seem to have gained his fancy and gained his liking as a son of another grandson, nephew of Liu's? Yeah, another nephew of Liu's was in your midst. He introduced you to Aurora, a beautiful dark-skinned woman with a crown of beautiful clustered hair. She was wearing her plate armor and all sorts with a sword at the ready. What are you laughing at? Oh, him?
Yes.
You were sword at the ready whenever the calls of a giant being in the town, ready to slay him, and thus kind of ended up becoming endearing towards him and his stupidity, smartness, maybe? And then as you converse with her in the Church of Boozy, which we learned a little bit about Boozy and how he is the god of games and alcohol. We also learned that he believes alcohol is for everyone, and he's a little bit of a trickster. We learned all that stuff about him in the Church of Boozy. We also learned that Aurora knows a place to get crystals of pure good. However, you need to do a favor for her first, because a favor for a favor, of course. The giants that live up the way had dammed up the river that feeds the lilies in Lillington in order to give them enough water, in order to bloom the life lilies into what they need to be, in order to feed essentially the entirety of Corinne and the rest of the modern world with health potions. She needed this dam unblocked, and she didn't want to go do it herself, so she decided to employ you, a gift, a trade of sorts. Up the mountain you went, until you got to the dam. Realizing that it was a little more structured than you believe, you split off into two groups. Buntus and Brick went to go have a cooking competition with the eccentric, frost giants that kind of live in the outskirts and around this stream. Yeah, basically. And as they distracted them, you proceeded to break free the dam, hurling you, the four of you, tumbling down back into Lillington in a swift current. And I remember this very clearly, making Sathrin wet, and I decided in that moment that Sathrin does not like being wet, which I just found very comical, and I just decided to add that in. But Sathrin does not like being wet, and she was unfortunately soaked as you clinged onto driftwood, I think it was?
Yes.
You clinged onto driftwood.
Yeah, I grabbed a log. I was like, ah!
Spewing out, leaving, Brick and Buntus to walk their merry little asses back to Lillington by themselves.
My souffle!
Your souffle. Also, Buntus carried you. He just picked you up.
Brick is still pissed about his souffle.
So I think where we will start up is the four of you, which we're going to right now put him on autopilot. We're gonna put Brooke on autopilot unless otherwise spoken. We are going to go ahead and start with you guys having rushed down the river and spat out in front of this old man, tending to his lilies, slightly crushing a few of them, but it's not too bad. Having completed your task, sopping wet.
Ew.
I cannot believe my souffle is ruined.
That's just what we're focusing on.
What else would we be focusing on, my friend?
You still have that, like, ever warm jacket, right?
Yes, and it has been turned on.
Buntus kind of looks at you all and goes, so did you break the dam?
I just kind of look at Buntus.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thanks. Okay.
Like not like shitty, but just like, what do you think, pal? Kind of that's the look.
You guys should have seen it, my friends. It was magnificent. It was perfect. And now it is gone.
Yes, the dam is in fact gone. That was the entire purpose of
But no. My souffle. What about dam?
What?
Who gives a damn?
They do, and it's gone, and that's great.
But what about souffle?
You can make another souffle for us if you like.
But not like that. That was made out of heart and competition, I think.
Okay.
It's going to be a sad day.
I am sorry for your souffle, my friend.
We all mourn deeply.
Perhaps some other time you can make us a souffle that we might try to taste of your magnificence.
Badru, I always appreciate you. You always keep me upbeat, my friend.
As long as you promise not to try and play drums again.
I don't...
So, where are we headed to now?
I really just like to imagine that Leopold is literally clinging to you, and like, familiars don't really feel fear, but like, he is afraid. You know, he's like, ooh. With that, you hear clink, clink, clink of a boot, and Aurora comes around the bend, back in her armor, but not the same armor. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit more movable. And she goes, "Oh, well, I don't have to rescue you. That's nice.
Yes, you will find that we are rather capable.
If you'd got here sooner, you could have rescued Souffle.
Oh
Did
my
you-
god.
Did you enjoy the dip?
I did not have any chips.
It was quite a ride. I think Badru had a pretty good plan, and it worked out in the end.
It
Yes.
was a fine plan. Yes,
And if
I'm glad it all worked out the way it did.
And if we are lucky, they won't exactly know that it was us who broke the dam. We engaged in a bit of subterfuge and attempted to obfuscate the breaking of the dam with a minor earthquake. So that I don't know if that will pay Lilyton any dividends, but I certainly hope it does.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job disguising it as a natural phenomenon. Again, another one of Badru's great ideas. And I kind of look at Badru and I'm like, give him a wink and
She goes, well,
I
she
just stand a
kinda-
little bit taller.
she kind of looks
Best
at Badru
wingman ever.
and looks at you guys and goes, well, maybe you can regale me the tale while we get you dried off.
I would love to, yes.
This way?
I've got Sathrin like off my head, and I'm trying to like dab Sathrin dry without like crinkling or like
don't bring him out.
No. Sathrin is too fragile for that, I would think.
Is Satan going to be all right?
I haven't asked.
Ah.
I'm afraid to ask.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, just because a little shaky because it's been about a month. We all kind of have like a connection to Satan where we can talk to him at any point if we need to, regardless of who's wearing, correct?
Yeah,
Wearing them. Excuse me, wearing them.
Yeah,
You're
I
fine.
have-
totally forgot about that.
Mhm.
we have a voice memo system that runs
got-
through Sathrin now.
Yeah, family hub voice.
Yeah.
Got it.
So as you all kind of take your leave and take your way back through the lilies, it's incredibly muddy. It is incredibly muddy because, of course, the lilies need a lot of water in order to grow, and therefore your boots are sinking in the mud.
Oh, this is misery.
As you,
Well, we're already wet.
as
First
you,
my souffle, now my boots. Everything's getting ruined today, I think.
as you head down and down like a slope that allows wagons up and down the cliffs, you reach kind of the sorry. Wait, that's not what I wanted.
Oh God,
I moved the map.
earthquake. What time is it? It's like mid to late afternoon, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
we-
it's probably like
got out in this-
evening, afternoon. You take your trek down and kind of end up in that northern patch of different homes. They seem to be also small stores, maybe sheds to store things in. And as you make your way into the town center where the local businesses and the local meetings and organizations take place, running before you is a group of kids, and they're all seemingly playing and having fun and doing stuff. One of the kids he actually has dreads. He is darker skin, but not as dark as Aurora's. Aurora kind of looks at all of them and says, Jakun, and you see the kid with dreads turn. He goes, "Hi, love." He goes, "Oh, hi, Mom. What's up?" It's like,
Wow.
would you like to show my new friends the neat trick that you learned from the passerby? He goes, "Oh, yeah, I can." And she says, "Absolutely. Everyone, this is my son, Jakun. And he could probably learn a thing or two from you guys. Go ahead, Jakun." He goes, "Okay, are you ready?" And he takes
Yes.
what literally looks like a pamphlet, that The only thing that I can think of is the Blue's Clues notebook, where it flips up. He takes a pamphlet that looks like that, and he flips to a page. And Mordecai, if you take a minute to glance at his page, you can very clearly see that these are wizard incantations.
I would.
And he looks at you all, and he goes, okay. And all of the mud comes off of Mordecai's boots. And then he runs over to the next one, and he prestidigitations the boots. That's wizard, right? That's wizard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. He
Yep,
prestidigitations the boots
few.
off of all of you.
Yeah. A bunch of
mud
people can get it, but yeah.
off of your
As soon
boots.
as he does that, Bricks has a handful of what's left over as souffle, and he says, "Can you fix souffle like boot?"
I don't think that's how that spell works.
He readies himself. He gets really
It's not.
he gets really concentrates, and the souffle, all of the dirt and leaves that were on the souffle because it was running because of the forest and stuff, brush off of it.
Oh,
No,
that's his thing.
that
That
doesn't
is
work.
personally there. You know what? You tried, and you're flipping awesome. I want you to know this thing.
Yes, that's very impressive, young man.
There was a guy who apparently he saw something in me, and then my mom was like, "Go ahead, do it." And so, cause she can use magic too, so I found out how to use magic, cause I thought I couldn't do it at first, but I can. I just need a book. This is the book that I have.
Amazing.
That's very impressive, especially for one as young as you. Because he looks like what? Like young teenager?
Dude,
like
this kid's like 10.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. For one at your age, especially for magic that requires study and repetition, such as wizardly skills, is most impressive.
Very much so, yes.
I forgot
can I-
Chiron is a wizard. Chiron, you saw the same.
Sorcerer.
Chiron's
No,
a
you're a
sorcerer,
sorcerer. Okay.
which is why he made the distinction. Because
Okay.
like sorcery talent, you just kind of have it,
Mm-hmm.
and it works or it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But like at that age, to be able to like, get through like spell incantations and do it correctly, that's impressive.
Could I see your notebook real quick? I just want to compare your book to mine, and I
Wait,
pull out my
You have a
tome.
book?
Yeah.
Emmett had a book. Wait, you have a book? And he like immediately is like looking over the book to like try to see your pages.
Mine's all written in like different colored inks and stuff. As my pen writes in like different little swirly, sparkly colors because I got a flair.
Wow.
And yeah,
Yeah.
like I summon my quill. And I'm like, yeah, let me check your book. I'll take some notes on yours. You can take some notes on mine.
I only have 3 right now.
Let me see what you got.
So he shows you the 3 incantations that he
Give me your
has.
book, kid.
And they're just I didn't have my wizard cantrips tab open. They're just really simple wizard cantrips. It is light. It is prestidigitation. Where's the other one? Oh, and the other one is mold earth.
So I know with my wizardly quill, it takes me 2 minutes per spell level. I don't know what that counts for towards cantrips.
0.
We'll say 0.
I'm just like,
I thought for stuff like that, I mean, I'm not trying to argue. I thought stuff like that for cantrips usually like just defaults to 1, like first level, for like time stuff.
I've always defaulted
No.
it to
Yes.
0.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I think you can write it in there, but I don't know if raw-wise you can actually learn any more cantrips than your class allows. So it might be something worth looking into.
I'll look into it while we're doing. I'll write them down.
Yeah.
I can always copy. I can copy any number of spells into the book.
Right.
Yeah, and
Just know that I can't cast them unless it's prepared and all that stuff.
yeah, and I know
Yeah.
you can swap cantrips out at certain levels and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a order of scribes, I can swap one out every rest.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's one of your
That's-
features.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, and I love
Okay.
it.
Yeah, necromancers can do that too.
Yeah,
That's pretty
those
sick.
are
So,
used
yeah.
very specific. Okay, yeah.
I'll take the 2
Carry
or 3
on,
minutes or
focus.
however much time it takes to just like scribble, copy him over. And then, wait, is the kid going to go with it? Well, he can't go to get we're going to go get drinks. We probably shouldn't invite him to the bar.
Oh, we're not going to the bar. We're going to town hall.
Oh, well, why don't you come with us? We can compare notes. Instead of us just standing here outside like a bunch of bookworm weirdos.
Mom,
Brick
can I
walks-
come? Go ahead.
Brick walks over to Mordecai. He goes, "My friend, we can compare books too." And he busts out one of his cookbooks.
You know, that might not, I'm down for that too.
This sounds like fun. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, yep. Well,
But
let's
if you're
get walking.
comparing books, and Badru pulls out a notebook that's just like nothing but music.
Music sheets, a cookbook. That's super helpful.
We compare notes as well, like actual musical notes.
We all very well educated, I think.
You are
Yeah,
very
that's
well
us.
educated. Jakun, why don't you give us a minute and then you can come along. Let us just talk for a moment, and you can talk all you want with them afterwards.
Teach you how to do this trick. Oh.
I already know how to do that trick. I want to learn how to do that trick. And he points to Leopold.
I just
I
learned
can-
how to do that one.
I can do my best to teach you. It's a little. Hey, we'll talk about it when we get to the town hall.
She lets her son go ahead and continue playing with the kids. The kids were kind of waiting for him because they were in the middle of a game. She turns to all of you and says, Jasir wants to take Jakun back to the capital because of the promise that he shows, but I don't think I'm quite ready for my son to leave my side yet.
What promise
It's
did he make?
understandable.
No, the promise that he shows. He's got some skill.
He's gifted, is what he's
Very.
saying.
Yeah.
And I imagine Jasir feels that he would be better served in a wizard's academy in the capital. I could see where he's coming from, but I mean, it's certainly your decision, of course.
Yeah, and
He'll,
you know,
he's very bright. He'll catch up. If Jasir is worried that he'll fall behind other students of his age, I get the feeling he'll catch up very, very quickly.
yeah, and magic schools aren't all they're great. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, my kid's like screaming in the background because food's here.
Well, maybe one day, or at some point, you and I can sit down and you can tell me how you learned magic without a mage college.
Yeah, it's a long and interesting story.
I would be interested in this as well.
I
I didn't know
do.
you did not go to college.
Didn't
Oh,
you go
good,
to
everyone's
college?
hopping in on this.
Oh, oh, college.
Oh.
Am I the only one of us that went to college?
Is that the type of food?
I had a small. You know, we can talk about it later. It's not
Okay,
something
yeah,
we can
no,
talk
it's
to.
fine.
Let's get to walking. You can regale her with your stories of how you basically just saved all our lives back there at that dam.
Well, it wasn't
was
just me.
Amazing. It was pretty much just
As you recount the story embellished by Mordecai, you reach what you're a little bit surprised to see is town hall. Normally, whenever you see a town hall, it's a great work with lots of offices and banners and, pizzazz. This is simply just another building. The only reason why you recognize it as being town hall is because it says so. This is really the only reason why. It looks like any other. It looks like any other building. Though when you go
Very
inside,
charming.
you do see that it is a little bit more understood of what this building's purpose is. In the back, on the sides, there are several rooms. There's several doors that must lead to rooms, office rooms, conference rooms, storage rooms, such as that. But the majority of the space is taken up by a floor that leads up to a small about a 3-foot incline, a 3-foot step up to be a stage. On the stage is a soapbox. And it is very clear by the wearing down of this soapbox. Many, many times has this soapbox been stood on in order to recite what they wish to the town. And you don't know if they've ever changed it, because there are literal grooves where the feet go.
Well, there's something to be said for tradition.
Indeed.
Well, if you mean by tradition, you listen to everyone in town and decide amongst yourselves together what is best, then yes. That's the way we govern ourselves here.
Sounds a lot like the town I came from.
Really?
Yes.
I've never met somebody else who has the same informal formalities.
Yes, well, my community very much believed in community and community democracy. That we all have a say in how our town is run and is governed. It's very nice, very, very warm people. I think you would enjoy them.
Sounds like I would. Follow me into the office. We have a single office. It's not my office, but it's private.
The office.
She leads you to a room that is very clearly previously prepared for you all. It has a round table in the center with just enough chairs to sit everyone. On one of the sides, there is a cart that has several different alcoholic beverages that are obviously brewed by the Church of Boozy. But besides that, it is not ornate or adorned with anything except one. In the back corner, there is a mural painted beautifully on the side, on the wall itself, of a lily. And normally murals aren't very, detailed. This one is egregiously detailed, to the very lines that run life through the leaves. She motions for you all to take your seat, and as she takes hers.
I will sit.
I make sure that I try to maneuver so that Badru gets the seat next to her.
Shift around just enough to shuffle him right next to her.
Yeah.
Then Badru sits very nervously.
We are either the best or worst wingmen in history. So.
And you have no idea, because Aurora's face is just stone.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we could go ahead and cut the layman's chat. I'm assuming you want a crystal. That's what you're here for. Whenever you say that you need some lilies, I'm guessing you mean a crystal. For this dragon that you told me about?
Yes, we were told to ask for lilies. I believe as just a way for that to, as an introduction from Master Liu.
Right.
But yes, indeed, and we meant no subterfuge. Again, that is how we were instructed to introduce ourselves. We are in need of one of those crystals. Yes.
So, the thing is about these crystals, they are heavily guarded. But, and she kind of looks upset for a moment. By what? I don't know. I don't know.
I was hoping they would be guarded by one of your people, but that does not definitely seem to be the case.
No, it's much more complicated than that. The reason why the reason why these crystals are not necessarily known to man, all of man, is because in the last 20 years, they have become incredibly and increasingly rare. Pockets of crystals of good and evil have been running dry of their mana, of their substance. Almost as if the souls that were inside of them, that were trapped inside of them to continuously keep the balance, has moved. When we search the surrounding area and when we try to define any sort of magic that could have been used, there is no trace. They simply stopped. And so, because of that, these crystals have become more and more the ones that have souls trapped in them. They have become more and more rare, and therefore more and more valuable, and therefore more and more guarded.
Right, because many more have been likely seeking them, which can cause many, many problems.
Money, yes, or tomfoolery. She kind of like rolls her eyes.
Who does this Tom?
It is no Tom. The person who is guarding this is well, would most likely be one of the enemies of the dragons. It's a god.
A god is guarding the crystal.
Well,
How much do you know about the god of games and alcohol?
Boozy.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. I admit I do not know very much about. Oh, I assume I don't know very much about him.
You are absolutely
been to-
welcome to roll a religion check to see if what you guys do know.
I will roll a religion check.
Oh.
We've been to two temples in the past week. But
It didn't load.
That's a nat 20.
So,
don't need my help.
Happy, this would be you too. As soon as she says, how much do you know about the god of games and alcohol, the both of you have a wave of, oh, fuck, roll over you. See, the god of games and alcohol is to this day the smallest and weakest god. The strength of the gods being dependent on the veracity and the amount of worship and love given to these gods, deciding their size. Boozy is the smallest. He has always been the smallest, and he will probably always be the smallest. However, because he is so small in size, he has the ability to slip through the gates of the realm, of the celestial realm and the material plane and beyond. Thus,
Oh dear.
Boozy is also known as a pain in Bulthur's side, the god of law of strength and order. Because Boozy creeps and crawls and brings himself into the cracks and crevices of the material plane, the Shadowfell, and the Feywild, and causes... Well, he's a chaotic neutral god, so...
He is a mischief maker.
And he loves games, and he loves trickery, and he loves conniving, and all sorts and such of things. Because of his small stature allowing him to slip through the gates, he has a little more say over what happens, over a little more places than any of the other gods. So while the other gods are contained to a domain, Boozy gets to use his godly might to create things like the Deck of Many Things. That was Boozy's creation. And thrust it out.
The Deck of Many Things.
And thrust it out into the world. So, you have heard stories and stuff of Boozy creating magic items that curse people to see, in essence, a mirror of his presence. You have heard stories of Boozy tricking people into drinking a certain drink and then entrapping them into a pocket plane for them to play games, essentially. Just very 18 and older games. Sorts of things like that you have heard, though you have never actually met somebody who has held the tale. Because you've even though you've met many people on your travels and you met many people in your the threads that you weave, you have not met anyone who has actually come across one of those things. So is it real? Does it exist? Either way, whenever you hear her say the god of games and alcohol, the only thing that you can assume is that it does exist, and it exists where the crystal goods are. The crystal good are. Yeah.
Well, it was a good effort, guys. I guess we just leave the dragon egg with Liu and
I don't think
wrap it up.
I don't think we want to leave the dragon with Liu, especially if the dragon is cursed, my friend. If that dragon is hatched, still cursed, and we do not do something about it, then that will cause all manner of chaos, I think.
We can write him a very good letter, letting him know what's going on.
I do not think... that makes me very uncomfortable. I don't want to leave things as
all right.
as they are.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
It will certainly not be easy. Not in the slightest.
And
And
unfortunately...
I'll say real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We can do this thing.
I looked it up, and cantrips are just things that you can't like copy them into your book or anything. But because of my class feature, I do have the ability to swap one out of rest. So cantrips are not a spellbook copying thing.
That's cool.
That's an awesome subclass feature, I think.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So, I don't know what guards those crystals, because every time I go down there, I know I do something. I know I fight something. I know I seek something or another. But when you're done and you're out, Boozy will wipe your memory.
Well, that is a thing.
Will Lee
This
cause me
is-
to forget recipe? Because this is not good.
I don't think he would cause you to forget a recipe. He's not evil.
Good, because then I'd have to destroy him.
I think it's more or less causing you to forget whatever it is you did while you were there. It's a very selective memory loss.
So
what fun would it be if we could report back to anyone how to get through whatever trial he decides to set upon us?
I'm just picturing Brooks' panic in my head right now at the thought of having his mind wiped. More shit messing with his head. Oh, guys.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Y'all are gonna have fun having to explain this to Brooke. Brooke is right now resting. That's what I'm saying. So that's fun explaining this.
I've read stories about similar effects happening. Well, I'm assuming the Feywild exists, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I've heard stories of a similar effect happen in people traveling out of the Feywild, not being able to remember their time in there.
The place is horrifying.
I've never been. We'll have to talk later.
Well, I mean, the concept of it is horrifying. I've never been either. Or, I guess, how would I know?
Yeah, or have you?
Have you been there?
So it seems like what we have to do is infiltrate this place guarded by a god. Check. Steal or procure a crystal somehow. And then take it back and feed it to a dragon.
Seems fairly simple, yes.
Who does it?
We can do this thing. If you can count on me, I
Simple
can feed
doesn't
dragon.
mean easy.
Yeah, simple definitely does not mean easy. Just because the plan is simple does not mean that the act of executing the plan will not be easy at all.
Eating an ogre is simple. That doesn't mean it's easy.
No, I'm gonna leave that one alone until later.
Their meat's very stringy. Don't recommend.
And it seems like you guys are on board with this plan.
I don't see how we can't be.
I could tell you many ways we could not do this.
Do you remember that there is the possibility of a dragon that could go evil and, I don't know, maybe destroy the world?
We got like, oh shit, no, that thing's gonna hatch in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't have much time.
I was going to say it might have been a more fruitful endeavor for you to go to the capital and search the underground markets that I'm pretty sure, she looks at Mordecai, somebody knows how to get to.
There's somebody here who's been there a few times. Well, Badru, you are the fearless leader of this group who has led us in many battles heroically, from what I remember.
I don't remember being. I don't remember a consensus being made.
The most
that.
courageous.
Oh, you're the leader now.
I apparently.
Oh, he is an
Stop being
amazing leader.
modest.
So brave, so strong. You can't tell, like, under all that, it's just stalwart.
Thank you for your confidence in me. I will do my best to live up to such high expectations. Yes, I suppose I am the leader now.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you, I think. I hope I live long enough to enjoy it.
I just look over at Brick, and it's like... Well, it's getting late.
It is. I actually, if you wouldn't mind, I have a small favor to ask of Brick, and I'm pretty sure he would be delighted to...
A favor for a favor.
What does this say you need Brick to do? Brick strong. Brick can do a lot.
So, as our hunters were out in the woods trying to gather a deer or something for the town to eat, we actually stumbled upon a great boar that was incredibly injured. It was...
Oh, you need me to finish it off to cook? I can do this thing.
I was
Beat that one.
going to ask you to cook it for everyone, and it's not often that we get to delight in meals that are spicy or
His eyes
delicious.
just light up. He's grinning tooth to tooth. You can see his tusks are just in full display for everyone. He goes, I would love to do this thing for you. Let us guac and roll, eh?
Did you just say guac and roll? Okay, I thought that is what I had. Right.
Out of curiosity, how does it look like this boar was injured?
It was so strange. It looked as if it had beaten its head against a rock or some sort of something several times. I mean,
So odd.
it was it was essentially dead.
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, then maybe it's
You forgot?
Oh, I didn't fucking forget.
I just
Neither did I.
This is why I asked the question I asked. Oh, that is mayhap it's very well tenderized then.
Yes.
That is true.
I'm very
Good make for
grateful.
good stewing.
Yes. I think, well, stew sounds good. I think we should do slow roast, I think, this time.
Yes.
If
Yes.
it's extra
Braised,
tender to be soft and
braised
succulent.
boar ribs. Oh,
Oh,
my
yes,
goodness.
I've got this. He pulls out like 4 different books and
Ooh.
starts going through the different ones. I've got Greek
you-
family recipe.
Do you have one for a beer braise?
Oh,
You
this
know
would
what?
be the place.
When I was
Yes.
traveling, where is a place in the world Britt could have traveled that specialized in Boozy's best offerings, where he could have come up with some sort of meal for this?
Oh god. Definitely. Do I not have a world map? So to the north of the plains where you come from, there's a valley, and it's called Steady Step. Well, it's the United Herd of Steady Step. but everyone calls it Steady Step. They are known for having, like, technology and stuff, like mana technology, because they uncovered some Air Genasi ruins that were very... It's basically, not Ravnica. What is it?
Eberron?
Eberron. It's basically like Eberron. And so they have the penultimate distilling abilities, and so that is somewhere.
So Brick starts on this just long, ridiculous storytelling of how he had traveled to this location, and he goes, "I had met wonderful wise woman. She had very wonderful." Well, she had good food and good service, and she taught me a wonderful technique that I had to slave over weeks to in her kitchen to learn this. And I promise you, you will sleep like babies. I promise.
Question, DM. Is this area, this part of Corin, this isn't a place where like Mordecai would be recognized by people? Right? This isn't near where he
No,
grew
not
up?
at all.
Okay. I meant to ask you that like
Yeah, you're fine.
a long time ago and I kept forgetting.
So, why don't the three of you go ahead and head out to where all of the houses are. There's a cooking station out in front of that we normally every once in a while when a big catch happens, we have a feast together. If you don't mind, Badru, I would greatly appreciate it if you would help me with something in the storage rooms in order to make it a little bit better.
Yes, I would be most pleased to do so. I kind of give everyone, like, I kind of turn my head away from her and like to everyone else and like yes, I would be most pleased to be of assistance.
Chiron gets up and sends him a message. Don't fuck this up.
Return message. I'll do my best.
Do the three of you get up and make your way over to the homes? So I just need you. It's just in this back room, if you don't mind.
Sure, of course.
Can everybody else mute and deafen? And I will wave my hands frantically whenever you can come back.
Hold on.
Oh.
1 second. Because I don't remember how to deafen. There we go.
As she leads you into one of the back rooms, she's kind of smiling for a moment, and as soon as she enters into the back room, her face becomes stone cold. Badru?
Yes?
I trust you. And I need you to listen to me. And listen carefully.
Of course.
The reason why I keep this gauntlet heavily guarded is because... And she kind of like gets a little like choked. One thing that I do remember, that Boozy makes me remember, is that there is a way to devastate and destroy the town. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what you could do. But there is a trigger inside there that if you trigger it, it destroys us. And she kind of like gets a little teary-eyed. She's like, I am begging you. Do not let anyone hurt Lillington.
I will guard it with my life.
I wish I remembered. But I don't. But I trust you. You're a good person. You're nice. And kind and a little cute.
Badru gets like immediately just starts to like kind of rub the back of his neck very nice. Thank you. You are very pleasing to the eye as well.
Please. I can't remember, but I just know that something very terrible could happen if the wrong people end up in there. Promise me.
I swear upon Quojin and upon all the music I have made and will ever make.
Thank you. And she gives you a small smile.
Thank you for placing your trust in me. That could not have been easy.
As she kind of looks down for a moment, she starts to walk out, but as she walks by you, she kisses you on the cheek real fast. Just like, I appreciate it. And walks out.
Badru just kind of sits there for a second and okay, I'm in trouble. Follows behind her.
Okay. Let me see. Will they see? I don't know if they'll see. I can't say anything in the chat.
All right.
Because I can't.
Yes.
So as you guys make your way out, as you make your way over to like the section of the town, I'll go ahead and show everyone. Well, I'm gonna move it first, and then I'll show everyone. As you make your way out of the center of the town and kind of move over towards this section, there's a well right off the bat. And as you approach, you can immediately smell blood, obviously. And as you approach and get closer, you can actually see the townspeople getting excited and getting happy because they are skinning. They are skinning the see.
They ruined my meat.
We're gonna go with this one. But you can see them like skinning the boar, and the boar is huge, and it is indeed the boar that you guys fought. But the boar is huge. And they are currently skinning it and trying to get its hooves off to use it, trying to saw its tusk. Everybody is incredibly excited. Aurora goes ahead and sends Badru ahead so that she can change out of armor, because she was in armor in order to go and rescue you. So Badru catches up with you guys quickly as you see this older gentleman kind of like pot-bellied, very clearly drinks a lot of beer. He's trying to like saw one of the hooves off, and he looks over and goes, Hey, I think that's the chef. Here's the hat.
No, that's. I just point at Brick.
Yes, I'm very excited. I very rarely do I get to work with a collaboration, eh? Let us get cooking, eh?
Collaboration? What are you talking about? We can't cook worth shit!
You're going to help, right? I need people to... It's really big, right? We have a lot of work to do. I head chef. I give you a task. It's simple as that. You follow instructions. Can you do this thing?
One of the other men that are cutting up the thing, he's a lizard folk. He's cutting up. He's like, I know how to boil water.
See, that's already useful. Why don't you go boil big pot? Do you have big pot? Do you know what pot is?
Hey, do we have a big pot? And he goes off into and you can see that this is definitely like a community thing. One of the guys kind of like explains to you, maybe the guy with the pot belly. He's like, so you see, most of the time we do all of our cooking all by ourselves, and it's everyone for themselves and kind of stuff like that. But whenever stuff like this happens, this bad boy, everyone kind of contributes. So the selection that you'll have and the selection we'll be able to use is basically what's in everyone's pantries.
Well, should not be problem. I bring all kinds of spices, you see. So at this point, he pulls off his his big giant weathery cloak with his apron and stuff underneath it, and you see just all these like dried veggies and herbs and spices and everything just inside the inside of his jacket, right?
Brick, you are loaded, my friend.
Well, yes, I cannot leave home without my favorite 13 herbs and spices, you see?
Once again, someday you and my grandfather meet.
Well, I think it would be good. All right, I'm missing 2
You just carry
herbs.
those around?
Oh, I do, and apparently I've lost 2. Apparently I only have 11 herbs and spices, but luckily I know good recipe. Should work for pork, usually for chicken.
All right,
Did a colonel teach you that one?
Oh, yes, did you? Yes, my great-grandfather was a colonel in our militia. How did you know this thing?
Lucky guess.
Lucky guess.
well, right now we got some flour, we got some yeast, we got some potatoes, we got some onions.
We got good food. Any orc or perhaps some goblin?
What?
Even if you got bone marrow, make good enhancement. Yes.
He like looks at all of you guys and looks like,
He is serious.
Okay, fine. If you don't have this, it's no big deal. We make this work. And he immediately just starts running around giving all kinds of commands. And he starts putting together a nice big list of some of the little herbs and spices he has, plus some of the leftover, chunks for hors d'oeuvres, I guess, from all of his slaying. And he just kind of starts giving commands to everyone. And I could just see the entire party groaning left and right at all the stupid puns that are spewing out of his mouth as he's doing this.
That's not the characters, that's the players.
he shouts, he says,
It's both.
It's both.
all right, my friends, remember, with good teamwork, nothing is impossible, okay? Let us do this.
as this is all happening, Buntus kind of like, you can hear him like dun 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 walk up behind you guys. He's like, hey.
Oh, hello, Buntus.
Oh, giant meat.
Where were
No,
you?
stop with the. Yes, Buntus.
Where did you guys go?
We had to have a discussion with Lady Aurora about some things.
Okay.
We'll fill you in.
Buntus, I got a question.
Yeah?
I need really, really big tree for spit. Do you think when you're done you can help us get spit?
Well, like, what do you mean a big tree?
He points at the boar and says, it needs to go in one end and out the other. But very small and hold weight. Can you do this thing?
Yeah,
Okay. When you're done, you do this thing. You in charge of it, don't disappoint. Understand me?
Oh, okay.
You're gonna good. Okay.
Don't
All right,
disappoint.
back to conversation, you guys. I got more
Hear me
work to do.
out.
He starts
Could
running
you-
around.
Could you take a tree trunk, split it in half, put the rod inside of it, put it in, click it, and then like tie it back together so you'd have a giant spit that doesn't require posts?
You think really good, my friend. I like this idea. I think we can do this thing. I still need big tree.
Yeah.
Instead of splitting it, you could just hammer the rod into the end. Just drill a hole. And
Drill a hole. Yeah.
I think we can do this thing.
This
Good
is what
ideas.
we're
I knew why
discussing.
this is why I like
Oh.
Mordecai.
Mm-mm.
We do this thing. We have Kyron light it on fire.
not quite. Not quite.
Fireball. Did the kid come with us?
You see kids running about, but they're going too fast and doing too much to recognize one individual kid. But Buntus kind of sits down behind you guys. Hey, I had a question.
happening?
Yes, go on.
Do you what am I gonna do? Whoa.
What do you mean? I thought you were coming with us.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Long term?
are you guys going back through the past?
That is a good question.
I hadn't
Do not-
thought that far ahead yet.
I do not relish the idea of going back to the past, to be quite honest.
I don't
We
know
can
how
find
else
a
we
way
get there.
around. I don't know. It is a good question indeed.
Yes, that is definitely
We'll consider
something we're
some
going to have to
cost.
consider. Yes.
Yes.
Well, seeing as how we're on a bit of a time limit, I don't know if that's the fastest way to get there. It might be the only way to get back in time.
No, it's just about the only way to get there that isn't boat.
Or airship.
We'd have to go through the pass to get to where we can get the airship, I think.
That's true.
Yes.
At least we're all on board.
And like you can tell that like Buntus has something that he wants to say, but he's like being really shy about it.
Well, what is it, my friend?
Well, I was wondering, I don't want to like be disrespectful, and I don't want to like be mean to you guys, but I was wondering if, I could stay here if it would be better for you.
Oh no, stay forever.
I mean,
well,
is
you
that
guys-
what you want?
Well, you were talking
We want what's best for you, my friend.
Yes.
Well,
Ultimate.
you guys were talking to Aurora. I was helping the lily farmers. I can get stuff up and down the the things without having to cart it uphill, because I can just pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem really grateful for it. So they asked me if I was gonna stay, if I was gonna do this during picking season, because apparently picking season's really hard. It's got to
Well,
up
here's
and
the
down,
question
up and
I have.
down.
What do we say when we go back through the past without you, Buntus? Because you're supposed to be our
Our
escort.
guide.
Say someone killed me?
But
I mean,
who killed you? This is
Oh.
not good.
well, I mean, yes, we could in theory fake your death if we think that would go well. I mean, those who that guard captain, I think would not be sad at this news, but if it gets back to your uncle, he might be less than pleased.
Well, let me put it this way. My uncle put me on duty there to get me out of the city because he thought that I was a disgrace.
Right.
Wonder
He's
what would
wrong, but that
happen.
aside of the fact.
If we told his uncle that those giants that keep blocking up the river are the ones that killed Buntus, let that
Ooh.
Buntus
problem
is
kind of
like-
sort itself out.
That could work, I think.
Hmm.
That
I
could
can
work
be
very well.
Very convincing.
As can I.
As can I.
But somebody's got to check with Aurora.
Of course. Details.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Hmm.
We'll help you make this happen, my friend.
If you would like to stay here, we'll do our best.
Well,
Yes.
I just don't see myself going anywhere else, and I'm mighty useful here.
And we're certainly not going to have you go back there.
No.
No, not at all.
Yes, excellent.
Sounds like we have a plan for at least that much.
It does, doesn't it?
And we could even throw in a little like, oh man, they said, fuck those ice giants. They're not going to come here and pepper in a little aggravation, because they may not take Buntus's death hard, no offense, but they may take the act of killing one of their own as a
Yes.
thing they need to
The audacity. No one gets to kill Buntus but them.
Yes.
What audacity,
Incidentally, we
and
think this is-
why are we killing Buntus?
We're not.
Turn
we're
around,
not.
and Aurora is now in one of her normal gowns, normal regale.
We are not actually killing Buntus. So the situation is that Buntus would like to stay, very much so. He thinks that he can be useful. He's actually proven that he can be very useful to your town.
Hmm.
And the concern was that there may be some explaining that we would need to do to his people, who don't really seem to like him or want him there anyway. So the thought was to maybe fib a little bit and let them believe that the giants from which we freed the river maybe murdered him, and
Did my internet just go out?
My friends.
Wait. Wait, what just happened? Did everyone go
We
out, or was it
vanished.
just me?
you vanished.
You abandoned us.
Yeah, we lost you.
That's,
Yeah.
that's so funny. I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry,
It looks like-
everyone.
It looks like we're
My
back.
Discord just literally decided to update randomly.
Weird.
Am I still live? Can someone give me a confirmation I'm
Yes,
still live?
you are
Okay.
still
Yeah,
live.
I'm still
Okay.
seeing
Yeah.
Okay, Discord. All right.
Yeah. Little
Anyways,
hiccup, but we're back.
as you were saying, convincing the people.
Convincing the other giants, the frost giants, that these other giants murdered him, so that no one here in the village would be implicated, none of us would be implicated, and it might cause some discord between those two gianting communities. Could be a matter of killing at least one bird with a stone.
And they're far enough away that, I doubt they'd come all the way down here. If they do, Buntus can just hide.
Yes.
They don't particularly like the outcasts. They don't particularly like the outcasts, so.
Well, yes, but like I said, they might take offense to the outcasts doing you great harm. Either way, it's no loss for you or us or Lilliton.
Right.
So you're telling me, Buntus, you want to stay in Lillington? You want to be part of this community? Where would you sleep? Actually,
Also a good question.
Derek said I
He
could sleep.
sleeps outside.
Actually, Derek said I can sleep in his hay barn because it's tall. So he said I could sleep in it because I can fit in it if I put the hay up top. She's like, Derek said that? Derek hates giants.
Apparently, he does not hate this one.
Does Derek, I assume Derek is one of the lily farmers?
Yes, Derek is one of our farmers.
Yeah. Buntus, did you help Derek handle some heavy lifting, perhaps?
Actually, he got stuck up the ramp. He couldn't push it hard enough so I picked it up, and that's how that all got started. And then I just kept picking things up. Apparently, I'm good at picking things up.
You are quite adept, yes.
Indeed.
All right. Well, everyone's going to be gathered for the boar, anyways. So we will go ahead and put it to the people. And if the people are okay with it, then you are welcome to stay. You won't be getting free food, though. You will have to earn your keep. Oh, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, I would expect that. Does that sound agreeable to everyone?
I think it does.
Indeed. If this is what Buntus wants, then we are behind him.
Yes. And now we have another reason to visit.
Indeed.
Well, all that being put aside, should we go eat?
All right, Justin, you want to go ahead and tell us how immaculate your board turns out and what it tastes like?
Oh boy.
Got this. I have one question. I need you to give me a location in your world of a unique creature that creates milk.
Aw.
A noun, two verbs, an adjective end with an ing.
I would say that bullets create milk.
Bullets? Okay. All right.
Bullets?
So,
What are
bullets?
how do you
Yep,
pronounce it?
I call it bullet, but you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah,
I refuse to call it bullet because it sounds like a gun.
Oh,
Bullet.
okay, yeah.
I'm just like, eh. But it's whatever you want. I say bullet. You say bullet. Some people say
Yay.
bullet. Whatever. View. Anyways, all right. As you guys wander over to the area, do you need me to do like a skill check or something for this?
No, it's fine.
Okay. You guys are extremely surprised to see how much of a nice layout there is. All the impromptu tables are basically just large pieces of tree trunks cut in like half to make these nice little impromptu tables for everyone, thanks to Buntus's support. And stashed upon this wonderful table, you've got some intricate little leaves that are laid out to give it a nice little design. On the plates are the smell just assaults your nostrils. This spicy, kick in the ass stench. 11 herbs and seasons. This fully coated pork that you see, this dire pork. He goes, I hope everybody is ready. Everybody come in. I've got the good. I announce what meal is served today, and just for everyone's do you know, I am Brick Chowdermain, and I bring you today one of my masterpieces. Are you ready for this? To go with this succulent dire boar, we have unique grape purple carrot juice. Succulent, fine wine, you promise. Comes with a bit of pixie apple ground inside of it. I promise you can to die for. On top of that, we're going to toss it with a little bit of the peppered potatoes. Now, I know this isn't everyone's favorite, but I've tossed a bit of curly and parsley with some russets and a little bit of sausage links that we created on the side. Just, I promise, oh, delicious. And, of course, that's not all of it. You have to have a bit of a veggie, right? So we've got a mixed spinach sautéed with a bit of dark vinegar and fermented butter. Now, don't ask what's in butter. It's probably for best. Now, when it comes to dessert... Oh, I'm sorry. What was the name of the country with the cheese? Or for the bulette?
Streg.
Now we're going Streg. And then we're going to go... This is one of my unique gifts to you. That I carry around for special occasions. Everyone will get Streg bullet cheese, topped with a little bit of coarse crystal sauce. I promise it's just delicious. And of course, we're going to end the night off with a delicious apple tart. Sorry, it's not anything fancy. All I could find was a little bit of fairy apples and some maple sugar. Smooth butter tossed inside with a sprinkle of cinnamon, all for your wonderful delight. If you enjoy this, remember, if you ever when I finally have business, you make sure to come visit the Brick House. You get me? Thank you all for your service. Yeah. Everyone enjoying this wonderful dine-in today, I think.
Yes, not fancy. How dare you?
All right, now I need you to roll, like, what would this be? Like a performance check, but add your proficiency because it's about cooking.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can figure this out. So
we'll eat at the Brick House. The food is mighty, mighty. It's where we all will eat out.
What is happening? Is that your
roll? Can't take it in.
Is it
no, I haven't rolled. Yeah, I was coughing. He
nice.
had me laughing and it just wasn't. All right, so I'm going to do performance, which is roll D20.
Then we're going to add your proficiency if you don't have it.
Roll D20 plus my proficiency, which is what, 3?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I got 9.
You've had better rolls, my friend.
That speaks is what he thought he was saying, right?
Yeah, it's a performance check. So what's your bonus to performance?
Your
charisma.
It's up by 1. Sorry. So it's 10.
So like, you know, a lot of people in the crowd are like, all right, cool, yeah. And then Buntus just kind of looks at you guys and goes, woo! Yeah!
My boy, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Buntus for helping make these wonderful table settings. You the man, Buntus, I think.
And then, you know how, like, whenever people clap on a plane, you can just, like, start a clap, and, like, people just clap? Like, that's literally what happens. Like, Buntus starts clapping, and then everybody else just instinctively starts clapping. They just all start clapping, and then they, like, get really cheered up and, like, riled up. And Aurora's just sitting there, like, what just happened? Like, she's just, like, and she, like, looks at you guys and is like, what?
He kind of has that effect.
I feel bad for Minimus Glutus because apparently oh no, Treyus is not starving. Oh, that's
Yes, that's me. Like I
Sorry.
had dinner before this, but that. Damn it!
It's succulent. I know. It's all I know.
It's so funny that you made a KFC reference because I am eating the KFC for the first time in probably like 15 years tonight.
Oh wow!
Because I haven't had KFC in a really long time.
Same.
Happy birthday, KFC!
Yay! Actually, I have a friend in from out of town. He's been my friend for 5 years, and we just met today. Today was the first day we ever met.
Nice.
So he's here right now. They're playing Magic in the other room. Anyways, I had dinner. My KFC is like my local bro. So as this is all going on and they start like taking food and they're really happy and they're like thanking you, like each person that's taking food is like thanking you. Aurora kind of gets up and like stands up in front of everyone. Where'd my mouse go? And she goes, "All right, now that the bellies are being filled, I have something that I would like to address with the town. Is everyone here?" And you kind of wait for a moment, and you're like, "No, we're all here. We're here." Great. As you know, today has been very interesting. We have had some visitors that we were not expecting. Especially the likes of a giant.
I gesture to Buntus.
And you see all the townsfolk, as soon as they say a giant, all the townsfolk's faces just drop. I'm like, I would like to propose to everyone. Well, Buntus would like to propose, and I'm proposing it on his behalf as de facto leader. That Buntus remains in Lillington to help us with lily farming. Especially since we have to go up and down cliff sides. It would be beneficial to have somebody who can pick things up and just put it on top of the cliffside. You hear throughout the crowd, No, I don't, what? No, he's a giant. He's...
Is Derek in the crowd?
You do not know who Derek is.
I send a message to Buntus through Sathrin. Can you point out Derek?
He's bald, so that might help. That was from Buntus.
Just look at him. Like, point to the fucking man.
But yeah, I realize everybody from Buntus's point of view is top down, so it's all about the hairstyle.
There you go. Someone got it. Someone got it.
His shoulders about this, then he's got no hair.
Totally went over my head.
Buntus, doesn't know what to do. So he just, lightly grasps on to Chiron and picks him up.
Working on it. Oh my god.
And then points, and you see kind of in the middle of the crowd, there is one bald man, one balding, probably a human. And then he puts you back down.
Master Derek! Chiron speaks up. Does that seem to get everyone's attention, or no? Yeah,
everyone's kind of huh? Looking at you now.
Okay, good, because otherwise I was going to have to get real crafty to get people's attention. Did Buntus not assist you today when your wagon was stuck on the muddy hill and you couldn't possibly push it yourself?
Well, he kind of scoots forward out of the crowd who's in the middle. He's quite elderly at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Elderly for, medieval times. Yeah. He's yes?
And did you not offer him a place to sleep? And asked him if he would stay?
I don't want to speak for. I wasn't speaking for the crowd. I was just saying.
No. Of course you weren't trying to speak for all your
Not
brothers
at
and sisters here.
all.
However, I believe your generosity and gratitude for the assistance that Buntus offered is, I think, indicative of the charitable and good-natured soul of Lilyton.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check just for that whole thing, and then you're gonna make one next. So make a persuasion check, and then go ahead and say what you wanted to say.
And has Buntus not proved to you his worth to the town of Lilyton?
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Good thing you used your inspiration.
Yeah, I'll take the 15. I mean, neither of those rolls were great, but I'll take the 15 over the 11.
Aelx, I would like to use my birthday crit.
Okay.
Oh!
What did you say exactly? I forgot.
And has this young man not proven his worth to this town, to the farming industry of this town, as to what he could do? Has he not proven to all of you that he is a kind, good-natured, generous soul who is compassionate and who deserves your compassion in kind?
You kind of like hear nothing among the crowd. Kind of hear nothing. And then you hear someone go, but he's a giant. You don't know if they're going to turn on us. And then you immediately see someone go bonk onto the other person's head. Like, well, I'm just saying. He could turn on us. You don't know. Giant's blood.
I know. I trust this man with my life. And if that does not say something, I don't know what else to tell you.
Buntus is kind of like literally shocked. Like he's like does not know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I personally have a mild disinterest in Buntus myself. No offense. I don't really care where you end up. But I will say, he is very helpful.
Oh, God damn it.
Especially when it comes to manual labor, as he's proven on multiple occasions, especially here cooking and helping you guys while we were taking care of your water problem. So I kind of feel like this might be a good thing for your guys' little community here.
Like a good kebab, Mordecai makes a point.
So the crowd is kind of like quite quiet now. They're like, they really don't know what to do. You can tell that there's still some kind of apprehension filling the air, kind of smelling up the place. But you're not 100% sure, like, what this apprehension is.
What would it take to roll like an insight on the crowd? But could I just
you
roll
do
insight on the crowd?
You can just do
All
insight.
That's a good idea.
Hot damn, with 28.
So,
There you go.
Sweet Jesus.
at least among the mumblings, you are hearing things that... You know how, like, sometimes old wives' tales wiggle their way into somebody's brain, and they're just so terrifying? Like, they're so, like the idea of, like, not walking under a,
Ladder.
Or, like, yeah, or, like, not breaking a mirror. Like, whenever you break a mirror, your heart sinks a little extra more because you're like, oh, bad luck, you know, stuff like that.
Sure.
These are just old wives' tales, but for some reason, they wiggle their way into our brain and sink in. You hear mumbles of an old wives' tale that you've heard that giants eat humans. Specifically humans. That giants eat humans. And that seems to be what is... One of you eats us. I don't want to be eaten.
Listen. I know that all of you have had very little interaction with his kind.
Very little positive interaction.
Very little positive interaction. Yes. And I know that there is concern that someone of his stature might, I don't know, eat you. Something ridiculous like that.
Oh, good God.
Little
But
faces.
let me assure you that one, giants don't eat people. They eat mostly large animals because look at them, they are huge. And that this giant in particular would never harm you or let any harm come to any of you, as he has never let any harm come to any of us. We have it in his company for several days now. Do any of us? I think not.
I don't understand problem with this thing.
They're afraid that he will eat them.
Why are they not afraid I will eat them?
Yes, if anyone is more likely to eat you, it is Brick.
That's not going to help.
You
Badru
see
is
a
not
little.
wrong.
You don't know that.
You see a little girl run and hide behind her mom.
That was a joke. It was a joke.
Don't worry, little girl. You okay? You're not evil. No problem. He looks over. Is there anybody in the crowd that he can get like a dark, evil, creepy vibe from that he can eyeball?
No, God damn it.
I mean,
Oh,
there are
boy.
some people that definitely look like they deal in the black market, but not anyone that necessarily stands out as like a murderer.
His eyes kind of dart around a little bit. He says, "It's not problem. It is the circle of life, my friends.
Going
Sometimes
spectacular.
to survive, you need to do what you must. Run a little faster, you not be problem."
Everyone, Buntus wants a chance.
Yes.
He has been shunned by his own people.
Yes.
And he wants a place where he can earn his way and earn a place in a community that will actually value what he can bring. That's
Do you know-
all he wants, is the chance to prove to all of you that he can be a boon to your community, and that he can add to the wealth of this community through the force of his goodwill and his labor. That's all he wants.
After you say that, this is the first time Derek actually starts it, and he goes, "Here, here!" Like he raises his hand and he goes, "Here, here!" And then a couple of other people raise their hand and start going, "Here, here, here, here!" And Aurora's like, "Okay, okay."
And do you know that this young man has never had anywhere that he could truly call home? Would you truly deny him this opportunity? Look at this. Look at this sweetheart of a man.
I'm going to use minor illusion repeatedly to cast voices throughout the crowd of just, here, yeah, that sounds great.
Can you give me a
Yes.
performance roll?
I can give you a
See,
performance.
I thought about
Love
doing
that.
something like that with thaumaturgy, but all I can make is ominous whispering.
Oh my god.
Really
Yeah,
good.
and I'm going to use my
Inspiration?
thank you. That also. Not persuasion,
Good
sorry,
thing you
performance.
use that fucking inspiration, my dude.
I was persuasion, not performance. My bad.
Oh. Isn't it the same? Is it the same?
It is.
It is the same.
So I'll use the 23 because
Sweet.
it's the same. So as other people here, who said that? Here, and you start hearing throughout the crowd a little bit more. Now the kids are like getting involved, even though they're here doesn't matter. The kids are getting involved, like here.
Matters. It
Matters.
But you're getting a few more, but there are still definitely like some trepidatious people.
And if the children, listen to the children are not afraid, what do you have to be afraid of? What do you have to fear?
Yes, Badru has good point. Sometimes you just gotta take a whisk.
No one here hears that.
I stop all of them.
Are we ready to make a consensus, or is there anything anyone else would like to say?
I already cooked dinner. Why would you need to make anything else?
No, that is not what that means.
make an agreement.
Do a yays and nays kind of
come
thing?
to a group decision.
Yes.
Buntus kind of like scoots forward. For him, it feels like 2 inches, but it's actually like a foot. He like scoots forward.
Easy, my good friend.
I've never really had anyone to care about or call family because my family really doesn't like me because I'm a half-breed. But I actually see a lot of half-breeds in the town. There's a lot of half-elves, and it makes me feel at home. So I'd like to feel at home because I've never felt at home before.
You know what, Buntus, my friend? I know it's a bit corny, but you're amazing.
And after he says that, the people don't catch it, and quite a few people go, here. All right. Do you guys have anything else to add?
In this world. What? Sorry?
No, I was asking if they were going to do like a yays and nays voice count.
I was just going to say, in this world, it costs nothing to be good and to give someone a chance. That's all we ask.
I could not have said that better myself.
Aurora kind of like nods. All right. Any objections to bringing a giant into the fold of Lillington? The crowd is quiet. And it's quiet a little bit more. And it's quiet a little bit more. Going once. Going twice. Buntus, may I welcome you to your new home, the town of Lillington. Buntus literally cries. Like, he literally, just tears streaming. Like, no facial expressions, but tears streaming down his face.
Buntus, my friend, I'm very proud of you. You have a new home here.
Welcome home, my friend.
Enjoy it, and do not ever leave.
I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it, and I'll make sure I do everyone proud. I promise.
Not a doubt in our minds.
And he literally, takes one of the boar legs, because he just got an entire boar leg, because he eats more, and he just goes, Lillington! And, everyone takes their food, and they're like, yay! And, everyone begins to eat and chow down.
Aww.
That is nice.
As everyone enjoys their delicious boar and their veggies, Aurora comes up to all of you and says, well, at least we've convinced one of you to stay. I don't think we're going to be convincing the others, huh? She, smiles at all of you.
We definitely have some work to do that will certainly take us out of here for at least a while.
You do.
Tell you
I would
what.
not be opposed to coming back.
Well, we'll be stopping back after we go grab the good crystal, right? We got a soul food here on our way back out.
You can. You should.
I would love to.
I have not exactly decided where I would build the brick house yet. It could be here. With you.
Well, Brick, if I'm being completely honest, your cooking deserves to be in the capital. This is amazing.
You think so?
I really do.
That is a high compliment, my friend.
It is.
He kind of stands up a little straighter. He's got a little grin. He fixes his hat a little bit so it's a little straighter. And he says, I love you for those kind words. From my head to my toes. Thank you.
You're welcome. You deserve them. You've earned them. You've worked hard for your skills. And that should be recognized.
But many take it for advantage. They do not appreciate it. His eyes dart around.
Well, I'll tell you what. Every time you come into town, we'll have a feast. Whatever you want, we'll have a feast. If this is what that feast means, this is delicious.
Well,
Yes.
thank you.
Your
very
cooking
much.
is fantastic. Your trail rations are what is
Yes.
horrific.
It is not my fault that we must use what we can find in nature, okay?
Goblin
the circle
fingers,
of life.
though.
Goblin
It's
fingers?
it's metal dirt. Yeah, dude, would you like to try one? He
Is
reaches
there a-
into his
Don't
mouth.
do it. Don't do it, please.
Is there
no.
at least dip?
I don't usually pack dip, but I think I could whip some up very quickly with the resources around here. Are you interested?
I would actually really love to enjoy this boar, but the next time you come through, I will try a goblin finger.
While all this talking was going on, Mordecai slipped out to try to find. I'm assuming that somewhere nearby they're serving booze.
There's what?
I'm assuming that somewhere near the feast there's alcohol being.
Oh yeah, there's like
Purdue.
an entire like barrel that's been kegged.
I'm swinging around trying to find like just wine.
One of the bots.
I want to thank you. And he goes off. I've got lots of cleaning up to do, my friend.
Like a couple glasses of wine. Would that be findable here, or
You
is this
find
more like?
one of the clerics of Boozy pouring out wine for people.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 glasses and I'm gonna just kind of slip back in as the conversation dulls to an end, and I'm gonna be like, well, I can only carry 2, and I hand one to Badru and one to Aurora.
Yeah.
Like, you guys enjoy the night. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, and I'm gonna head back to wherever. I don't remember where we were staying, but away
You-
from here. And I'm gonna kind of like, as I turn, I'm gonna give Chiron a little bump on the arm, and then I'm gonna take off wherever we were sleeping. or staying.
Actually, you should all probably go to sleep. It is quite a trek to the porthole, the trap door in the ground. Did I not explain that to you?
You two should talk that over while we get. We'll take off, and you and Badru can discuss all the details.
Yeah. Yes, that sounds lovely.
You
And I just turn on my heel and go.
all right.
You'll just Chiron will bow a bit.
As I walk away, let me check it. As I walk away, I do another little minor illusion of just like a little violin, like a little romantic violin music in the air behind me as I walk away.
We are the worst.
I give him a nudge and yeah.
Yeah, no. It says that we
Yeah.
are the worst. This is great.
Did somebody say something about worse? I did make some
We're
for package.
we're either gonna get him married or banned from this town.
Essentially, you're going to go out east, and whenever you go east, you're going to follow along the mountainside. Whenever you follow along the mountainside, at some point you're going to come across a place where there is literally no grass. No, it's a circle in the ground, and there's no grass, no vegetation at all. And in the center of the circle, there is a trap door. And if you open the trap door and go down, you will be in essentially Boozy's domain, where he has most control over it. But that's where everything begins. Again, I don't know, but everything begins there.
You said the trap door? I've been practicing. I'm excited.
She turns
Right.
around and then looks at you, and she's trying so hard not to laugh.
I do not know exactly what he is taking of this. A like a cellar door.
Yeah.
Oh, not the trap.
No,
Well, I've
not
been
an actual.
practicing
Not
And he holds up a thieves' tools kit that he stole off some of the hobgoblins you guys fought earlier. And I
Keep
had
that-
multi-classed in the rogue, so now I got thieves.
keep that. That could come in handy later, but I don't think that is what she meant by trapdoor.
Well, I was hoping to get to practice. We could lock it and allow me to pick it.
We'll talk more about that.
As he's holding up his thieves' tools kit, you know some of them are a bunch of just skewers. and a fork.
I'm sorry. Is that an eating utensil on your thieves' tool? Is that a fork?
Oh yes, it has multi-use.
I mean, to be
That's a
honest, rolling up your forks and knives for travel in one of those is actually not a bad idea.
Ha! See, my friend, you get it. Thank you for this. Maybe you can convince Badru. You should let me show you my drumming beats. He says it's bad. I would like
Hey,
a
Brick.
second opinion.
I send a message to Brick. Brick, go to bed.
Oh, okay. I was tired anyway. All that cooking wore me out a bit, I think.
Okay.
It's time for bed. I'm going
Brick
to
is
bed.
that guy. He
He is
isn't gonna
totally
get
that
in.
guy.
Yeah.
One of my listeners actually realized I based him on based him on Joey from Friends.
Wait, that's what he's based on? Joey from Friends? That's amazing.
Wow.
And one of my
Joey
combination
from Friends and
Rock
and
from yep.
from Stormlight Archives.
As everybody kind of hangs out and eats, she kind of sips her wine. She said,
Do you keep turning the music off?
if I...
What?
Do you keep turning the music
Oh, that's what he keeps saying. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to.
It's okay.
As you know, the mood keeps going, she kind of looks at you. She says, well, I think the only thing that would make this day a little bit better would be some music.
You know, I think I might be able to take care of that. And I reach into my loot bag and pull out my loot. Might you have any requests, my lady?
Something joyful.
I think I can handle that. And I start playing a lovely kind of joyful, almost something danceable.
Yeah. She sits down on one of the stumps and begins swaying back and forth, just enjoying. And I'd like to think that's where we fade out on that day. I think
He's so
that's
good,
cute.
he should have his own show.
Where we'll cut in is the next morning. The entire town. I'm gonna switch the music. The entire town has was celebrating into the night, enjoying the music, enjoying the time, enjoying everybody, and are a little late to rise. You can tell that not a lot of lily farming is going to get done today, but that's okay. That's how it goes sometimes. As you begin to awake and come downstairs from the town hall, which is where you guys had slept because there are beds upstairs, you see that Buntus is already helping people. He is currently moving carts up to the top. And he is also using his hands to dig out a pathway that's a little bit wider so that he can actually walk up the pathway instead of having to hop up. As you come down, Aurora is waiting for you. And as the five of you come down, she goes, "So, did you sleep all nice?"
Yes, and I'd like to add this if possible. As Badru is coming down, he is not alone. There is now a rather Maine Coon-sized cat with him that is kind of black with silver stripes. And the first thing you notice is not so much the size of the cat, but that the cat has wings.
Okay.
And
Bought
just
breakfast?
no. So I learned a thing of two watching Mordecai, and he's with his lovely bat, and thought I could perhaps reproduce an old family pet of mine. So this is my familiar. This is Eclipse. And he has a tresson. He is very, very lovely. So Badru did not get nearly as much sleep as everyone else did because he was performing the ritual to bring him into being.
That's why he didn't get sleep.
That went different.
That's
than
not what I thought.
Yeah. Didn't come down alone. Didn't get a lot of sleep. Playing music all night. Oh.
Aurora looks at, I forgot her name. Aurora looks at Brick and says, Brick, I feel like a very useful skill that you could develop next. Since all of your skills are so adept and so good, one of the skills that you could develop next is to learn what is and is not edible.
Everything's edible once.
I think, as far as Brick is concerned, just about everything is edible.
Yes, I only got sick. Yeah, that's probably worth it, but best way to find out is to eat.
Well, my friend, let me make this clear. Eclipse is not for eating.
Oh, that's a. What ideas do you have, Miss? Is this Aurora talking?
This is Aurora.
Okay. What is this? What do you have in mind, Miss Aurora?
I just don't want you to eat a poisonous mushroom or something that you shouldn't.
Something that might kill you.
The only way to learn it's poisonous is to eat it. Why do you think I cook for other people first?
You only learn that lesson once is the problem. Depending
no,
upon
I've learned
how...
it many times. You know how many lots of people have died.
From your cooking?
He kind of his eyes dart around. He's like, "No, I think something else just happened at the same time. It's fine. Do you have a plan?"
Good. I was worried that your cooking had murdered people, and that would be a problem if you were going to cook
No. There's
for
no
my
evidence
town.
of that. No, that's fine. I promise. That was when Brick was Pebble. It's just fine.
I haven't had enough coffee for this conversation.
Nor have I.
Why don't I make us all some tea then?
So I think maybe I find. Can you recommend somebody to better educate me? A book, maybe? I can read, you know.
I can, and in fact, I'll send him a letter and tell him that you're coming.
Where am I going?
You are going to go meet Amelia. I will send her a letter. She works at the castle for the Queen of Corinne. She cooks for the Queen of Corinne.
Ah, that sounds wonderful, I think. Sounds like a wonderful opportunity. What? He kind of looks around to his friends. He's like, what about them?
They'll meet with Jasir.
Oh, we still go together. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I think that was always the plan.
I do not ever want to leave them. They're good company.
Do okay.
Good company or good trial runs?
Yeah. Something.
Well, not both, I think.
Oh, I did not think of it in that way. Now I am suspicious.
No. I would never. I'd make you only good food. I promise.
Well, if any of us get sick, I can heal. It is fine.
Luckily, I'm mostly fireproof.
Yeah, are we your first adventuring party you've hung out with? Or did you just run out of the last group?
I don't want to know the answer to that question.
No, neither do I.
What I was going to say...
What I would like is some coffee.
What I was going to say is after you've had your coffee and your tea, I would suggest hitting the road and heading westward. It is...
Wait. I thought we had to go
eastward.
east.
I mixed up.
No. I just didn't know if we had to go west to go east, and I'm not being sarcastic. Sometimes that happens.
Happens a lot when you follow rivers and stuff, too.
Yeah.
They bend and backtrack on each other.
Or drive in New Jersey. Like,
you need to go eastward and find the hatch at on the floor.
Yes, I believe you were discussing that with Badru last night. He'll fill us in. It'll be
yes, I will make sure to fill that in.
I would just suggest that you leave sooner rather than later because at nighttime, the lions come out.
Ah,
Well,
Brick licked his lips.
so it is not like the song at all then.
I was just humming it to myself. Well, should we Weemawap out of here and Weemawap?
What did you call me? No.
My Lady Aurora, may I ask you a question in private?
Of course. Gentlemen.
Chiron
Yeah.
stumbles away. Coffee.
So
I like to imagine that Buntus knows that you guys are like this by now, after spending so many nights with you, and he's waiting outside with coffee, but he's waiting outside with a bucket of coffee, not a cup of coffee.
Excellent, thank you. Chiron takes it.
Wait, you were supposed to share that.
It's piping hot, pitch black, just the way Chiron likes it.
Yeah, hot as hell and black as his soul.
nice.
What is it, Badru?
My lady, I am wondering, considering what you told me yesterday, the fact that you entrusted me with, is this something that you would like me to share with the rest of the group?
I shared it with you because I knew you, of all people, would not allow the destruction of my city, of my village. I trust that you will share what you need to appropriately with the people that you need to in order to ensure that no harm comes to Lillington. That's why I told you.
Okay, good. My course is clear there, then. Excellent. Then I will join my comrades for tea and coffee, I suppose, and then we shall be on our way.
I'm terribly sorry that I can't see you off. Jasir left me with a mountain of bookwork to do, and it's not going to get itself done, and no one else in the town is going to do it but me, so.
Did your eyes stop working?
We're not there.
They're having a private moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, I hope to get back here to tell you of our success sooner rather than later, my lady.
The only way that you're going to know that you are successful is if you are walking back to Lillington with a crystal in hand. Other than that, you are going to have no idea.
That is fair. Well, let me just say then that I look forward to seeing you again.
And I look forward to seeing you.
And I take her hand and I bow forward and I kiss one of her knuckles. Until then.
Until then.
And I will I'll walk back out, like, stupid ass grin on my face. It's like,
Badru, you dog, you.
can't believe I just did that. What? Huh? Who? What?
Can't believe you right in the middle of the inn?
No, wait, what
Oh,
do you
my.
think I did?
Not
What do
even
you think I
yet.
think you did?
I am thinking that you are having some naughty thoughts, young man.
Those are
And
the only
that-
thoughts worth having.
I mean, we had a lovely chat, and I was very much a gentleman. And I kissed my lady's hand and told her that I looked forward to seeing her again.
All of the work that we did, and you kissed her hand?
Oh,
Listen, I don't want to rush this. I don't know what else she's got going on. I'm trying to be a
Okay.
gentleman about this, okay?
Badru, my friend.
I have never done anything like this before, okay?
minor illusion.
You may have actually found your butter half, my friend.
Do you think so?
I do.
Sad
You found the
trombone.
your spoon.
I can't.
The sad trombone is a lot.
Sorry. I'm okay.
You had found your butter half, my friend.
I hope that you are right.
Oh,
I
goodness.
find myself quite smitten.
We noticed. That's why we're trying so hard.
I appreciate that.
So does this only happen like once to like small people? Does this only happen once?
What do you mean?
Like being attracted to someone.
Oh, no.
Some
But
people are sluts. It's fine.
it happens, yes. But I mean, you can be attracted to many people, then you can have an absolute love for one. At least as I know it.
For some, there's a spectrum. For some,
Yes.
love and attraction means the same thing. For others, they could be they are separate concepts. It
Huh. The
Yes.
word there's no word in giant for love. So my my parents took it from common.
Mm.
So that's the only reason
Yes.
why I know what that is.
Your parents are quite extraordinary.
Yes.
They were.
Buntus, my friend, you
You
will
are a
know when you
miracle.
find. You will know when you find the salted pepper, my friend. You can do this, I think.
Oh
Give
God.
it time.
What if they're a
There's a s-
small person? I don't think I
There-
could do that.
There is a sandal for every foot, my friend.
Indeed.
What if the sandal's small? He starts like kind of freaking out.
You'll
Hey,
find
hey.
a way.
It
So,
will. You make it work.
Well, maybe
It's a whole other conversation about the sandal being too small for the foot. I don't think we need to get into that right now.
maybe
Yeah. The logistics of that are another conversation.
Yes.
Maybe Chiron can
polymorph.
get really powerful and then
Polymorph.
polymorph me
Yes.
into something.
Yes.
What does this polymorph thing you talk
I
about?
think we're solving a problem we don't need. We're solving a problem that's non-existent at the moment. We should probably.
It's all
get going.
hypothetical at this point.
Yeah.
Mm. But I like where his mind is.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yes.
We've had a wonderful effect on Buntus.
I like to think so, yes.
I'd like to think so.
Um,
What?
Ooh.
What?
I just thought of something.
What?
That's a conversation I need to have with Sathrin.
Ah,
Yes.
Oh no! I'm not trying to take up everyone's
Oh.
time with it right now. I mean, so if
You just called
Boozy-
my name is all.
I did, and I would like to assume that we've been chatting off and on, and I haven't just been absolutely ignoring Sathrin
Oh
for a
yeah,
whole day.
absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I just, so this whole ordeal that we're about to face, and our minds are going to be messed with.
Yes.
Would that affect you?
Huh. I don't know, but I'd like to find out.
That could be very. Have you heard of this ordeal before?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard rumors, but I've never partaken myself, though none of my travels have ever crossed paths with Boozy. Odd.
Oh, well, I suppose that. Wait a minute. Or they have, and you've been made to forget.
I don't know. Modify
suppose-
memory doesn't work on me. Peculiar.
Yes, but. However, I mean, this is a celestial force. Sometimes the
True.
rules don't. Sometimes the same rules don't apply. Well, we'll find out together.
As we're walking, I
Or
want
you
to ask
won't.
Sathrin something as well.
Oh no, we'll know because if we come back with the crystal and Sathrin doesn't remember it, we will have found out the answer. This is what I'm saying.
I also have a question for Sathrin. However, I just think Sathrin real hard.
Hello.
Ding.
Like Alexa.
Yeah, I was picturing the Alexa.
Welcome. You've got hat.
So, you,
God, I'm old.
You had the ability. You had the ability to let us communicate amongst ourselves, and you didn't bring it up, which I get. It's a thing. Like we didn't. So, it was one of those like, well, you never ask kind of situations. Do you have any other magical abilities that we no, not that we should know. Let me say this very specific. Do you have any other magical abilities that we don't already know about?
I can see magic.
No, we knew about that one.
I can bring messages across other people's memories or other people's minds.
We knew about that one.
And I can recall anything and everything that I've seen perfectly.
Can't remember if we knew this. No other, and you have the family hub. Is there anything else that we don't know about?
No, I believe those are sufficient.
All right. Well, should we get stepping?
She goes to Chiron and goes, they go to Chiron. My abilities are sufficient, I think, correct?
Oh, of course they are. Why would you? I'm thinking this. Why would you ask if your abilities are sufficient?
Well, apparently Mordecai is pondering the possibility of me having more abilities. If there are more abilities, I don't know of them.
I don't think I don't think he thinks that they're insufficient. He's just wondering if there are any other tools that could be at our disposal if you felt that we deserve you to share them. That's all.
I should mention, though, the longest I have ever been with a traveling companion is about 5 months.
Okay.
They always die.
I'm sorry, what?
They always
We'll have to.
die. And then, oh my god, what's his name? Tannis found me and took me and put me on a shelf. And I couldn't see anything. It was terrible.
And there it is.
I had to stare at him running around in his underwear.
What did they
Please,
die of?
I would appreciate not seeing that memory. Yeah, were the deaths suspicious?
No, they were traversing in some kind of a dungeon or doing some sort of an adventuring mission, and it all kind of goes south, and I can't do anything. And for the first time, you hear a hint of sadness in Sathrin's voice.
Yeah. Something that's like not just matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor hat.
I have to console a hat.
And then I must wait, again, beside a dead body, possibly staring at the dead body, until another body comes along and finds me and picks me up, and then I tell them who I am and what I do, and I sit on their head for a little while.
Well, I think that we shall endeavor to break the streak. It sounds to me, I hope, like this is just, you tend to attract people who live dangerous lives.
Well, to be fair, I want to live on the head of somebody who travels often and sees many
Yes.
different things and views the world in many
Indeed.
different ways.
Indeed. Well,
It reminds me of the Black Mirror episode where the mom gets put in a teddy bear
What the hell?
and she just has to witness everything.
Please don't give our DM any ideas.
she doesn't need the help.
There's a magic item for that very mechanic too, which just makes it terrible.
Okay.
But yes, everybody died before 5 months. I truly do
Well-
hope that you don't. It'd be
well,
unfortunate.
Well, 4.5 to go.
That's an awfully specific number. It's like a
But
warranty.
yes, no, but no. I can assure you that Mordecai was not insinuating that the skills that you have to bear are not sufficient. Just when adventuring with people, it is good to know their what tools they bring so that we can function more efficiently. That's all.
Ah, that makes plenty of sense. I want you to know, one of my favorite things about you is that your head is incredibly warm.
Yes, comes with the horns.
I know. I've never sat on a tiefling's head. It's wonderful.
Too easy. I'm gonna throw that one back. Sometimes you gotta throw back the little fish. Excellent. I think I'm going to keep that 5 months bit to myself, and we're going to. That's not. What the hell good is that conversation going to do? I'll bring it up at an inopportune time later.
Just picture like an adventuring party walking through a dungeon, and like the hat just like slips down over somebody's eyes, and they fall into a pit trap or something.
Yeah, it just goes full on Final Destination level bad luck.
I was thinking like
exactly. Boom.
Turns out Sathrin is like a dusk mantle in disguise or something. Those things that strangle you to your dead.
Although you said the thing about evil twin in chat, and now I'm like, wait, that'd actually be a really sick combination of magic items. A good hat and a bad hat.
Oh yeah, yin and yang. I love it.
I think that'd be really sick. That'd be a sick additive to Sathrin. Because I was trying to think of how I could put Sathrin in the book. I really want to, but I don't know how.
Then you could have them even drawn to each other.
Yeah.
The 5 to 5 month limit. They bump heads.
Oh my god, every 5 months they're like, I know someone somewhere, we need to go find them.
It's an evil fedora.
Anyways, it is 7 p.m. We are right at 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I don't want to go any farther without Jack. So,
Yeah, we're at a good spot.
Yeah, I think this is a great spot to end.
Woo!
Even though I really wanted to get into boozy shenanigans, we will wait. It's okay, I want Jack to be here for boozy shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
I
No,
definitely
good call,
miss
good call.
Jack. I miss Jack today.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
think this is a perfect point for us to stop.
Yeah, it was actually very interesting how much I missed Jack being here. That was very interesting. Even though he doesn't talk too much, I was like, oh.
I know he would have piped up around the "we'll wipe your memory if you mess it up" part.
100%.
Oh. I don't think it's whether we mess it, like, win or lose, our memory's going to get wiped.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Somebody just submitted a encounter to our show that was like this, where a flump would be encountered a flump, and then it would reset the person's memory. Like,
Oof.
oh, you didn't get that from us, did you?
No. What? Get
That's
what
a
from
shame. We literally just had a flump memory thing where it wipes your memory every time you
Oh,
encounter this
really?
flump, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's gonna be awesome.
I actually got the idea because somebody introduced me to False Hydra.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
yes.
the coolest monster ever.
And I was like
Nice.
trying to think of a
Concept.
way, because like I know Boozy slips through the cracks, and that's the reason. Like Boozy slips through the things, the rungs of the gate, and like I know that's the reason why Boozy is able to do so much and fuck up so much shit. And the reason why he wants his following to stay small, even though everybody else would want their following to get big, the reason why he wants his to stay small is so that he can keep doing this shit. But it's like, how do I do this without everyone just knowing this exists? So,
I think you're handling it awesomely.
thank you.
That a
All
word?
right.
Awesomely.
Do you want to do fucking shout outs? I'm gonna shout out Mordecai. I'm gonna shout out Happy. I'm gonna give you inspiration because, I gotta be honest, the thing where you were like, I'm only like slightly interested in Buntus, but he would be extremely useful. That was good.
Pragmatic approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I like it. Oh man, there were so many good points. This one's going to Chiron today for being
Aw.
my assistant wingman, my assistant to the wingman for Badru.
I've been called worse today. No.
That was clutch, you guys. Real clutch.
That was great. That totally wouldn't have worked unless every single one of you had started doing it.
I had so many more things planned of like subtle bumps towards the situations, but they just didn't fit in right. But I had so many things to do. But yeah, I think it was so much fun, and then being able to bounce that off a couple other people was great.
All right.
Nice.
You want to go, Dominic?
Oh man, God, they're shit. No, I'm gonna go with Sphinx. Because it's really easy to. I hope this doesn't come off as bad as it might be about to sound. It's really easy for someone to try to do like the smitten flirting thing and have it be like super creepy and disingenuous.
Especially the
And-
female DM. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And no, and you're not doing that. You know, it's coming across as like genuine and adorkable and I love it. So yeah, and it's given us something to do. Like, you know, it's giving us like juice to roleplay on. So like, yeah, I'm 100% here for it, and it's a fine line to walk. So, and you're doing it well.
Thank you. Aw.
Amazing.
Well, I definitely have to give it up to Brick. Because, I mean, one, the amount of just like his own brand of wingmanning has been like hilarious. But on top of that, just like the way he like talked up his cooking skills enough to where like overall was like, anytime you're in town, there's a feast now. Like, that was clutch, my dude. Like, well done.
Thank you. I
You
really
can
had a lot
actually
of
shout
fun
yourself
tonight.
out, by the way. I know no one else shouted themselves out, but you can actually shout yourself out.
I really love tonight. I have to go again with the interaction between Aelx and Sphinx. Their characters was done absolutely well. For me, that's not something that I'm capable of. So I always just do like the okay, you guys, the fade to black, short. I say what happens and that's it, because I don't think I can build that connection. And the two of you guys nailed it like what Chiron said, without it being like creepy. And
We're
that's
feeling like forced, yeah.
Yeah, it's very
and that is-
natural. It's not clunky at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something that is extremely difficult to do. So kudos to Aelx and Sphinx. Huge shout out. You said go ahead and do a shout out.
Yeah.
I'm Justin. I am one of the 3 hosts of the D&D talk show Crit Academy. We just redid the whole entire studio. It looks awesome.
amazing.
Come
It does.
check us
It looks
out.
real good.
We stream live every. We took a whole like Ellen DeGeneres and Stephen Colbert type setup, and it's awesome. And please join us. We're live almost every Sunday. It's a holiday weekend, so we won't be live this Sunday. But come and join us on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/Crit Academy, or listen to our podcast wherever you catch podcasts. And I'm really looking forward to working with Aelx, even more than I already do.
Yay.
So thank you.
And then those are my links, although you're already here. I'm Aelx. I do TikTok. I do Twitch. I do all that stuff. I have no idea now. I have no idea what to say. I'm just like really happy. I'm really happy that we played. Like seriously, I was missing this so much.
Me
And happy
too.
birthday to Aelx.
Happy birthday!
28.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
God.
should we sing to her?
Oh God, please no.
It would all
No,
be like
sorry.
off center too. I think
Yeah.
Badru or Sphinx could do it.
Dude,
so.
yes, Sphinx, do it. Sing me happy birthday, please.
Uh,
Hang on. I gotta
Putting
mute
you
the
on the
music.
side. He's like, no.
100%. No, yes, I want it. I need it
Let's
in my
hear
life.
it.
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to
That's so great.
Happy birthday.
Is it bad that
you
I
better not
slightly
mess up, honey.
I slightly imagined that as like Badru singing to Aurora, and I'm like, okay, I'm smitten with this pairing now.
Legit.
I am.
OTP. OTP.
Oh yeah.
Well
Also,
done, Sphinx.
I just want
he
to
gonna get
say, who was the one who said something, and I was like, that should go on a T-shirt. I really feel like we should get T-shirts or something. Just like,
We really.
the ones print on demand, so it's like if someone wants them, they can have them. Somebody said something, and it was a reference. It was a reference to something old, and then they were like, "Oh, nobody's gonna get that. That's showing my age or something like that."
Welcome, you've got hat.
That's it. You've got hat.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm old.
I think you got hat merch would be so funny. Sathrin merch or like Buntus merch. I feel like that'd be really good. I feel like that'd be really, really good.
Here for the Sathrin and Buntus merch.
It's really easy to set up like I have a Spreadshirt store for Arcane Help Desk merch. It is not hard. Yeah, it's not hard
for me.
It's not hard to set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So say in the comments if you would like some like Buntus merch or Sathrin merch or Tanis merch or Let's Get Cookin' merch.
Yeah. If you want Arcane Help Desk merch, by the way, please go to my spot. Have a magical day.
All right, and with that concludes, what is it, episode 17? What I put in the title?
Yes.
Episode
It's 17.
Yeah.
If you're not keeping track, I am in the notes in our show notes.
Okay, cool. Of Initiative and Intrigues. Love you guys' faces. Thank you so much for watching. And we still don't have an outro, but we'll probably never get one. That's probably going to be it for the rest of the time. All right.